How's everyone doing today? I am doing very well. So as you can see, it's time for my mission inspiration for March. Alrighty, I have some new toys I get to play with this month, so I'm so excited. Alright, so again, let me just quickly go over what this is. It's a mixed media challenge, art journal page challenge, or it doesn't have to be an art journal page, it could be a canvas. You have 8 steps or 8 prompts, and then you have some suggested color schemes, and some words to kind of inspire you. In this challenge, you do not have to go in order. You can switch them around if you need to, but you still have to do all of these prompts. So this is a Facebook group, and Mike Deacon also does videos, so I will link the Facebook group down in the description for you to go check it out if you're interested. So with that said, let's get started. So I have my art journal page, and for this year, for the mission inspiration, I've decided to do individual pages, and then at the end of the year I'm going to make my own journal out of just the mission inspiration pages that I do. Unlike the pick a stick challenge, I have that in my other art journal book. So alright, so it's a 6 by 9, not 6 by 9, so, okay, so it's 6 by 9 piece of watercolor paper that I've cut. And so let's just get down to the first step, which is to cover your page with tissue or napkins. So Amanda's birthday was this few days ago, and so we went to Sephora, our annual trip. Well, not annual, but we do usually go there for her birthday, and they always wrap, your stuff in this tissue paper, and I thought, how cool would it be if I use this tissue paper? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at this first though, because I don't think I want it one whole sheet like this. What I think I want to do is, I think I want to tear it, right? And then just put it on with my matte gel medium. Only just so that it's not one direction. I think multiple directions will look really, really cool. At least in my head, that's what I'm thinking. Don't know if that's going to work or not, so we shall see. So I'm just going to tear me off some. I'm not cutting or anything, I'm just tearing. And I'm going to go ahead and use my matte gel medium and put it down. You could use Mod Podge if you'd like, but I prefer the matte gel medium, because to me the Mod Podge still is a little sticky and it's a little shiny. Even if you don't get the glossy one, if you get just regular Mod Podge, it has a little sheen to it, and I don't want that. I want it to be totally matte, even though I am going to go over this with gesso and paint and stuff. I don't know, I just prefer the matte gel medium, and it's just as cheap when you use a coupon. Get your 50% off as a thing of Mod Podge. So, and I don't like the smell of Mod Podge either. So there you go. So there's several reasons why I'm using matte gel medium. Alright, I'm going to let y'all go because I know y'all don't want to sit here and watch me tear this stuff. So once I get back, it will either be these torn pieces on and dried, or to be a whole sheet, because I'm not sure how it's going to look, but I think it's going to look really cool just torn. So alright, so I will be back once I get it adhered and dried. Oh, and if you're wondering, I don't know, it's been a while since I've shown this part, and you may be new, so welcome. New to art journaling altogether, I don't know. But this is the matte gel medium that I use, and again, it's expensive if you don't have a coupon, so I only buy it when I have like a 50% or 60% off coupon. But I've had this jar for probably a year now, and I still have some left. I have probably a quarter of the jar left, so I mean, it will last you. But I just use an old brush, and as you can see, I've put a label on it so that I know this is my brush that I use to put down medium stuff, my matte medium. And I have another brush that has a label that says gesso, so that when I just use gesso, it's on there. Okay, as you can see, this is all there is to it. You put it down, and I don't care if it wrinkles up. It gives more texture, in my opinion, and I like that. So I'm okay with it wrinkling, but I do want it to stay on the page, though. So this is all there basically is to it. And it looks like this black ink on this tissue may be running, but that's okay, because we're going to cover it with gesso. So alright, so that's all there is to it, and you just lay it down whatever way you want it to go. That's what I love about doing this process, is you can really just zone out. You don't have to have any rhyme or reason. And then the end result is beautiful. Alright, so I will be back when I get all this down. Okay, so I really am digging that. So I like it a lot. It's all dry. This was very, a lot different than normal to, it wanted to keep splitting on me. Okay, I have a baby wipe, because that's the next step. Add gesso or paint with a baby wipe. Now, it is mainly dry. I mean, it's a little damp right in there. So, we'll see how it works with it not being too damp. Because normally when I do this, I do want it more damp. Because it helps to, one, dilute the gesso, and then two, it helps to spread it easier. But I think I want it kind of like this, where it's almost a heavy coating, because of the craziness of the black. Even though I like it, it's just for background, you know, you want it to be in the back. You don't want it to really stand out too much. So I'm hoping that this is going to work as a background. But I think it will, because I'm, you know, like I said, the gesso will. And then I'm going to put more paint on top of this as well. So I'm pretty confident that it will knock it down. Alright. So we've got that. Now I'm going to dry this, and then I will be back. Okay, so now I want to add some paint, and I'm going with like this pinks and peachy colors, and I'm actually going to mix them, like the pinks together. So this is called Bright Pink, I do believe. Yep, Bright Pink. And then this is called Rose Layette. And I hope there's some in here. It's pretty old. And I'm just going to mix those two together, and we'll see what color that gives us. And then I have this Melon, which I love this color. And I'm going to mix it with this color, which is Coral. So I'm just going to mix these together, and we'll see what color they create. It really put back that background, but you can still, I mean, it's still there. You can still see those stripes from the tissue, which is cool. Wow, I'm digging that. But I feel like it almost needs some yellow on it. Let me dry this, and I'm going to get my yellow paint, and then we'll take a look-see. We'll try it and see if it needs yellow. I just feel like it needs something to kind of brighten it up a little bit. So hold on just a second. Okay, so I've got some yellow here, and I'm only going to put it like in a couple of spots, I think. Alright, so we've done 1 and 2, so now we go to step 3, which is make marks over page. So I'm going to dry this to make sure that all this paint is really going to dry, because I'm going to be using some inks, and I'm going to still use the paints as well. But I've got like these stamps that are mainly for my art journaling. I don't think I will use these on my card making stuff, so I do have those. I also have some just stamps that I made, some foam stamps that I'll probably use. I always use that one because I really like it. I always use the little swirly things. I also have a bottle cap to make rings, so I'll be using that. And then I even have a smaller cap, which went on top of a spritzer bottle. So I have that I can use. Let's see, what else do I have? I have some little flowers too, like those. I kind of dig that, an individual flower. So I think that's good for the stamping part. So yeah. So, but let me dry this, and yeah, I'm going to dry this. I'm trying to think, do I want to use a stencil? So if I do want to use a stencil, I'll grab that too while I'm drying this. So I'll be back. Okay, so I've got stamps too. I have this florally looking stencil, and then I have the ABC stencil that I love, and then I have this Tim Holtz collection stencil, and I think I'm going to use this distressed looking polka dots. So let's go ahead and let's use the stencils first. And I'm going to pretty much use the same colors that I used in my background, because this is a background and I don't want it to be too overshining, you know. Okay, so now I want to use these inks. They're chalk inks. And this is actually what inspired me to use this color combination. So I do want to get these. This is the persimmon and pink grapefruit, and I think I may even use a little bit of this key lime too. And the stamps I'm going to use are going to be these little floral stamps. And I think this guy too. I haven't used him in a while. And actually, I think he is who's going to get the green. And since this is a lime green, it's got yellow in it. So none of these colors should, if they mix, make mud. Alright. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if y'all can really tell, but it's giving it like a crackle look. Ooh, I like that. Alright, I'm going to keep playing with this. Alright, so now what I want to do is I'm going to dry this because I think I've marked enough on the page. So I want to make sure this is good and dried before I go on to my next thing that I need to do. So I'll be back once I get it dried. Okay, so now I need to add texture with paste or embossing powder. Now, I want to use my new stencil that I got to do this part, and I just had it, here it is. I used this a couple of days ago, and I just love it. I just love all the different little things that are on here. And my thought was to take some gloss gel and add to it some fine glitter. I don't know what this is going to do, but I'm going to try it and we'll just see. I think I'm going to add this pinky color, and I think I'm going to add just this white, the clear. I think that's all I want to add into it. So let me find my other palette knife that is better. Okay, so like I said, this is the gloss gel medium. And I'm just going to put a little bit on my palette, maybe not that much even, maybe that much. And I'm just going to mix, I don't know y'all if this is even going to work, but we're going to try it. Why not? I've had this glitter for years. And just mix it together. And because it's high gloss, I'm hoping that when it dries, it will give it a, the glitter will show. And it'll be nice and sparkly. So we'll see, won't we? Alright. So I'm just going to put it right here, I think. On these guys right here. Yeah, that's better. There we go. That looks cool. Alright, so I'm going to set this aside to let it dry and clean up my mess. And then we're going to go on to the focal image and make it. So I'm going to set this aside so it can be drying. Okay, so I'm going to work on my focal image. And I have a piece of scrap watercolor paper here. And I think I'm going to use my distressed inks. I've not used them in a while, so might as well use them because I have them. I might even use some of this stain. Let's see, I have peeled paint. I think I might try. Kind of want the picked raspberry, I think. I want the wild honey. Let's see, do I want peacock? Yes, I think I want peacock feathers instead of peeled paint. I don't know, I'll keep my peeled paint out. I'm also going to keep out my salty ocean. And this is broken china, which might be better than the salty ocean. Let's see, what other, I think I have, let's see, the only other two I have are blue jean and red, which I don't think I want to necessarily use, but you know what? Faded jeans is what it's called. Here, I'm just going to leave them out. You never know. You never know. So, sorry, I had to take a sip of something. It's a little hot in here. Y'all, so it's back to being 100 million degrees. This weather, I'm telling you, is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Okay, let's go with this peacocked feathers first. And all I'm going to do is take my blending brush. So now, what I want to do is I'm just going to spritz it. So it will kind of just do its thing that it's supposed to do. Right, and then let me dry this and I will be back. Okay, so this is what it ended up looking like and I really dig it. I like it a lot. So I'm going to use that. Let me just put my inks away. Move her out of the way. Okay, so now I've got this cute little stamp set. Again, I'm not going to even try to attempt to pronounce her last name, but Vicky used this in one of her, it's either, I think it was an art journal page that she did. So I just loved that. So I went ahead and got this, and I think I got it off of either scrapbook.com or Simon Says Stamps. I can't remember which one. And then I found the dies on Amazon and got them. So I got this like a week before I got that. It took me a while to get this, but I wanted the die sets to use to cut out the body and the tail and such. So I'm going to use these, and I know for sure I want to use the big kitty, the fat kitty's face, and then I want to use this body for sure, this one for sure. So we have something like that, right? Oh, I'm going to love it. I'm just wondering, let me get my journal page. Let's see. I might do all three. There would be room, I would think, especially if I turned it this way, but that is totally not the way that I made the background, but that's okay. Let's see, and the tail, Alright, let me think about this, and I will be right back. Okay, what I think I've decided to do is I'm just going to do all three. Why not? I'm going to stamp them. And I was thinking of actually using some embossing on them as well. Because I've got new embossing to just have some fun with. Let me think about that too. Okay, so I've got my contraption here. I actually have bought one. It's a Tim Holtz one, and it should be coming. Because I am going to start making stamps, or not stamps, but cards. And, you know, I do want one that is a better quality one. You know what I'm saying? So, I am going to, but I'll use that for my stamps. This one I will still use for my mixed media stuff. So, because I made it, might as well use it. Alright, so let me just put this little guy here. Okay, and I'm going to use my my black Stays On ink. And I think I'm only going to put the embossing powder on the bodies and not the face. Just clean it off. Okay. Take their little faces off. And let me get my Versa mark. Okay. And I think that's good. Alright. So, just clean that off. And newspaper. Alright, and I'm going to use gunmetal. I have bridal tinsel and gunmetal, but I think I want the black. And this turns out to be like a silvery black. It's really cool looking, actually. I used it yesterday on my father-in-law's birthday card I made him. Alright. Oh, that's going to be cool. Alright. So let me just move this out of the way. Look like sunglasses. Alright, and then I'm going to get my heating tool and I'm going to emboss this. Okay, I don't know why I did not want to do the face. That was really ridiculous. So let me see if I can't stamp the Versamark. And because that looks so cool, and I think it would look cool on the face. I guess I was afraid it wouldn't look too neat on the face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to recreate just this part and do that. I'm going to do that off camera, and I'm going to do the other cat on the other part of the paper. And so I'll have the three kitties, and I'll just do the exact same thing for the third cat with the embossing of the gunmetal and everything. That looks so cool. So I will be back when I get that done. Okay, so I got my kitties cut out. Aren't they the cutest things ever? I think they turned out super duper duper cute. Cute. Alright, so what I want to do is see if this is dry, and it is. Oh my gosh, isn't that cool? Didn't that turn out neat? Can y'all see the glitter? It's very glittery. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna put them on with foam squares, little foam squares to kind of get them up off the page. But I think I'm going to go over the edges just to make them pop a little bit here with my black ink. So let me do that, and then I'll get my foam squares and we'll put them down. So I'll be back. Oh, see how that black ink just woo-wee looks good. Alright. Okay, what I think I want to do is I think I want to glue down the tails and the body and bring the heads up. I think that would look really, really cool. So I've got my Fabri-Tac here. Might as well just go ahead and use it since I'm going to be going over these the texture here. And I think the Fabri-Tac will work. Okay, I've got my foam squares. What's cool about these is that, you know, you can switch them up, which I think is what I'm going to do. I'll be back when I get them all on. I love it. I am in love, 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 love it. Okay, so now what I want to do is I actually think I'm going to take my Stabilo All Pen, if I can find it, pencil rather, yep. And I'm going to use it to outline the bodies and the tail. And then I will activate it to help just to make a good shadow around the kitties, just so you can see them, especially the ones that I use the pinks and the yellow on. Might be a little difficult to really see them. Alright, so there's that. I'm not a fan of, I want to use this pencil more often because I think it's a great tool, but I'm just so not familiar with it that much. So, you know, like that little right there. Let me see if I can't fix that somehow, because I'm not digging the way that's looking at all. Try to cover it up a little bit. Okay, that I have to do. That will have to do. Okay. Now, let's see. So, we've covered the page with tissue. We've added gesso, and I've added paint. I did my marks. I did my texture, which I love. Added a focal point 2 or 3. And now I have to add metallic shimmers, splatters, or drips onto the page. So, I think I'm going to use my pink tourmaline metallic and my Inca Gold metallics to do the splatter. So let me grab them and I'll be right back. And I also picked up the Peacock Pearl. Like, why not? Alright, let me dry this and then we'll move on to the next step, which is to add a quote, phrase, or titled. Okay, and then I've titled it The Three Amigos. I'm just going to place it right there. use a bone folder to put it down a little bit more. Alright, and then the very last step is to create a contrasting border or frame. So I'm going to get back out my peacock, the peacock feathers, my distressed ink, and I'm just going to go around the edge to create a border. Alright y'all, well I hope you enjoyed the video. I really loved doing it this month. It's so cute. I truly, truly love it. So, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe if you've not already subscribed. And if you have, thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate it. But don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified for every time that I post a video. Alright y'all, y'all be good to one another, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!